It's 8:12. Now more than 200 lawmakers are supporting removing President Trump from office with less than 2 weeks left in his term following Wednesday's attack on the U.S. Capitol building by hundreds, possibly thousands of supporters who got inside the building. The 5 people were killed and federal property was destroyed and defaced. There were also threats against Speaker Nancy Pelosi and calls to hang Vice President Pence. To have him removed, he would either have to resign, they could invoke the 25th Amendment, or impeach the president as early as this week. Joining us now to explain how the process works is Robin Ice, the director of Tulane's Legal Studies. And thank you for joining us. First of all, the likelihood of him resigning seems slim. Invoking the 25th Amendment also seemed very slim. So impeachment seems like it's the only way to go if there is a call to remove President Trump from office.
Well, that's the way it looks right now. The Democratic leadership of the House, Nancy Pelosi, obviously is pursuing a couple of avenues with support from others. They have prepared over the weekend, and likely working on it well before, 2 resolutions. One is calling on Vice President Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment, Section 4, and remove the president from office. They also drafted and have prepared for voting in the House a resolution and articles for impeachment. And these are narrowly drawn. They are obviously prepared in light of the most recent events, last Wednesday's insurrection and invasion of the Capitol building by Trump supporters. And so we are not looking at articles of impeachment that are numerous. We are looking at a fairly short document, about 4 pages. So I think the goal is going to be to get it approved in the House, get it discussed, voted on, and then send it over to the Senate, which is the next step in the process of impeachment.
And Robin, what the Speaker is talking about is one article of impeachment. It's very narrow, and that seems to be the best way if they want to get any bipartisan support, is to do it. So it's not a broad charge, it's that inciting insurrection.
That is right. That is right. There are no other charges tied onto it. It's very focused. It specifically mentions the events of last Wednesday. It is as focused as it can be. And this is, I think, one of the ways that they are trying to make sure that there's not too much discussion outside the bounds of what actually happened, and that the articles do not leave too much room for wiggling and redefinition of the actual events.
And legally, how hard is it to prove incitement to insurrection?
Well, I think we're about to find that out. We haven't had to address this in the courts very many times in the United States, fortunately. And I think we're about to find that out. I think that evidence in the form of the actual rioters invading the Capitol, taping themselves, in videos of the president standing on a podium, encouraging his followers to fight, to march down Pennsylvania Avenue, to take action. I think these are all going to be evidence in that prosecution.
Yeah.
And in addition, the rally that was planned with the president's strong input, as we are told, in which he chose the speakers who actually used terms like prosecution by violence, and I think there's evidence.
Which may show intent. All right, Robin, thank you very much. We appreciate your insight on that. Let's get to Alex in weather.